Hey everyone, today's video we're going to be unboxing this. This is a nose snot pump. I don't know what the official term for this is, but basically this is for grabbing snot out of a baby's nose. This is one I picked up today at the local maternity store. It was about $5. They had a bunch of different types. Price ranged from, I think there was an even cheaper one. It was about $4 or something. And the most expensive was about $10. There was a couple different types. Let me quickly go through them. Some of them are basically like this, which is like a bulb. You squeeze it and it does suction. A little bit fancier ones are basically like a bottle with a hose, and you stick two hoses actually. You stick one hose up the kid's nose and the other one you suck on, and you provide the suction, and hypothetically the snot will go down into the bottle and stay there, hopefully, so that you're not sucking directly, which I think is like the old school way of doing it, which was just stick a tube and suck and hope that it doesn't come all the way out. Anyway, there was also one more that was like a syringe type that you basically just pull on. This one was one of a couple different kind of bulb types, and so I think if the title I could correctly translate it, it's basically nose water pulling pump. In other words, like snot pump. And just to go through the details here on the box, it's microwave safe. It can be used in disinfectant, and also can be put in boiling water. At least that's what it says here, and it can also be used continuously. So I guess if you have more than one kid with snot, or you have a kid with a lot of snot, you can keep using it. Other info is that it has a silicone nozzle, it has a one-way valve. Let's take a look at the back. Here it has your general warnings. It tells how to use it and how to clean it. One more important thing, this one is made in Taiwan. I actually didn't really check where the different ones were made, but made in Taiwan's pretty good as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so not much to unbox. Basically just slides off, and basically two parts. We got a cap, we've got the bulb and the nozzle and the hose and the valve. Cap goes on like this. Don't say what this looks like, this is a family channel, but basically this comes off, I suppose, yeah, the tube. So especially for the microwave, you have to disassemble this. So this is the nozzle, this is the tube part. This cannot go in the microwave, this can't go in the microwave, but these two parts can. So the bulb and the nozzle. So let's see how it works. So it can suck. Okay, so I played around with the thing for about 10 minutes and I made a huge mess shooting water all over the living room here before I figured out how it works. So let me quickly explain it so that you guys can hopefully save the trouble and the mess. As I mentioned, there's a couple pieces in here. This middle section, I think you can see there's actually a kind of a wall in here, and it only is open at the top, as you can see. So that means that basically this entire section here up into that top piece can fill up with snot, you know, basically up to where my fingernail is, I guess. Can fill up with snot, and that's basically your snot reservoir. And the one-way valve actually works. It's not a button, it's actually like a flap. Let's see if you can see that. So this flap, basically air can escape here. So if you're pushing, there's a kind of an X-shaped valve here, which you may be able to see. There's an X-shaped valve here, which if I squeeze opens up. So basically when the thing is sucking, this will open up, snot will go in here, but if I'm squeezing this, the air is supposed to push this open and escape here rather than pushing open on this this valve, and you can see kind of here the valve is actually kind of a dome shape. So when there's pressure here, it should close, and when there's suction, it should open. That's the theory at least. But I found if you squeeze this thing hard enough, it'll actually still force it through. So the tricky thing with this is that important to remember is that the snot should only fill up this reservoir. It shouldn't actually fill in here, I think. And so let's demonstrate. So if I squeeze, now I have a suction in here. I can suck up some fluid into here. I should do this with colored water, but I think you guys get the idea. So there's some water in here now. And then now that's the snot. And if I wanted to do another squeeze, I can squeeze, and then the water's still in there, but I could squeeze up another time. Now the danger is if you get it to be too full, or if you hold it like this. So if you hold it like this, now the water is up to about here, and it's actually blocking this one-way valve. So now if I squeeze, actually the water leaks out of here, and if I squeezed it really hard, it would shoot everywhere. So so this, I think, is one of the design flaws. Basically, depending on where your kid is, you can only fill up this much or so, or if you're doing it this way, you can only fill up to, say, about here. Otherwise, the snot will start shooting out this valve, which is totally not a cool design. Either way, I think just do it a couple times. Don't fill up past this section, and then just rinse this part mainly. And I guess hopefully you don't end up with this thing being full of a big reservoir of snot. But I guess maybe based on the fact that it's kind of clear here, you're supposed to. Anyway, not a good design. Not super happy with this one, but the kid needs it, so we're gonna try to use it today. Anyway, that's my review of this It's actually made by K Kawaki. That's my review of the K Kawaki nose water pulling pump. If you have any questions or feedback or experience using this, please let us know. Leave a comment below. If you like these videos, please check out some of our other unboxing videos. I am the Clueless Dad, but I'm learning every day. I've never tried to suck the snot out of anyone's nose before, but I'm about to do it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and see you next time. Bye. Two-way carrying stoke changing bag. So let's take a quick look. Snap them in place. Did you get it right? Okay, so there's one.